this week, WJZ is following the impact of climate change here in Maryland. The rise in sea levels is forcing many farmers in our state to rethink their livelihood. Our own data analysis, as well as research from the University of Maryland, shows more salt water is seeping into coastal farmlands. This impacts what farmers can grow. And Dennis Valera met a farmer dealing with this problem and a scientist trying to come up with a solution.
That was soybean stubble there.
The Fitzgerald family has been farming in Somerset County for centuries.
When I was growing up, we raised a lot of truck crops, tomatoes and cucumbers and string beans and that type of thing.
But these days, the crop is a lot different.
But I don't do that anymore. Nobody around here does it anymore, really.
Because the land is different.
This part is also worthless?
Basically. It's been damaged so much you can't do much with it.
Fitzgerald says these dead patches are becoming more common due to how salty the land is getting. In this spot specifically, a creek has been flooding it with salt water. What he can grow dwindles season by season.
They'll come up and die. You know, if you plant beans or corn or whatever you plant there, the salt just kills it.
Fitzgerald has tried several, sometimes expensive methods to keep the water out or neutralize the salt, but the problem has not slowed down. Salt water continues to flow into his land.
It's frustrating, but it's reality.
WJZ looked into just how much saltwater intrusion has impacted Somerset County. Our data analysis shows the number of impacted plots has increased nearly 30% in recent years. That's a total land value of more than $97 million.
To see what's happening on Bob Fitzgerald's land, you can head to what is now called the Deal Island Wildlife Management Area. Coming here now, you can see just expansive marshlands. But many, many years ago, a community was here.
That community was called Bethel. According to a map WJZ found dating 1903, 21 homes used to be in that area.
22.5 millisiemens, which is about what we see at Marshwater.
At another section of Fitzgerald's land, University of Maryland scientists are measuring just how salty it's getting.
This is as salty as we might see in some of the tidal creeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's here at farm.
It's next to a farm.
They've been sampling Fitzgerald's land for years, testing the water and the soil.
All in the ribs.
With these tools, soil samples are taken at different depths. We gave them a hand on this trip.
So you see, you're going to push
to there.
Yep, exactly.
Dr. Kate Tully is an associate professor of agroecology.
Oh my gosh, and it was like a perfect core.
She describes saltwater intrusion as a silent flood because we don't know the full extent of the damage.
It's really only been in the last 5 or 6 years that a lot of scientists have started to focus on the impacts on agricultural land.
Dr. Tully co-authored a study looking at the spread and cost of this. The study tracked these salt patches, a big warning sign land is becoming saturated with salt. What it found, between 2011 and 2017, the amount of visible salt patches almost doubled, with more than 20,000 acres of farmlands converting to salty marshlands in the Delmarva region, an estimated loss of between $39.4 million to $107.5 million annually.
Sure, you can say, you know, this many acres might equate to this many millions of dollars, but that legacy is something that you can't put a dollar value on.
Part of Dr. Tully's research is finding solutions, particularly how farmers can keep farming, testing out salt-tolerant crops, plants that can actually suck out salt, even exploring creating a strip of marsh in farmlands, which Dr. Tully says has some benefits.
That can be met with some resistance, which is understandable if you're a farmer and this is your property and you've been farming it, or your family has been farming it for hundreds of years. At first glance, that's like counterintuitive.
As Dr. Tully continues her research, farmers like Fitzgerald are part of the process.
We kind of leave it up to the farmer or the landowner to make the decision about whether that's something that they want to implement on their land.
As they continue to figure out how to navigate using their land, getting saturated with salt.
As far as losing land to sea level rise, give it up. It ain't, you know, that's the way it is. There's nothing you can do about it.
In Somerset County, I'm Dennis Valera for WJZ.